Yes, sir. And we got our guest. We checking in with Aach. How are you feeling?
Hey, everybody. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming through.
Hey.
All right, so y'all got a little history.
High schooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, high school type
Kids.
What was Jimmy like in high school?
Honestly, he's the same.
shit. That's funny.
Very chill. Didn't do too much. Real like that level of like real, genuine. It's been like that since he was a kid. Still little.
Look at you.
Still little.
For sure. Hey,
Definitely been sweet and just like I said, in my experience, it's been cool.
yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I met you like sophomore year. I came to South sophomore year.
Okay.
And we was in like business concepts or some shit. I'll never forget one thing I learned about you. You said you had a horse. And I'm like,
Okay.
Then
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna say,
what the
dang,
fuck?
what he remember?
I'm
Was I
like,
nice?
where's yeah, definitely. You still, I could say the same about you for sure. I'm just speaking on this one story. You had a horse, and I'm like, what's some horses in Richton Park in Massachusetts?
Oh, that's funny. Yes, my mom actually still has
For
horses.
sure.
I do not remember that conversation, but I believe you.
It was an introduction to class type shit. You know how it go.
Okay. So yeah, and I know it's been plenty of times in grammar school, high school, middle school that I would share that for probably a moment like that, and people will be like, "What the heck? Like,
For real.
where?"
That was interesting. You know what I'm saying? But it is funny though. I could say the same things about you. You've been definitely genuine. You know, and we were just discussing off air about some things. But you've been one of the few people I don't talk to you all the time, but when I do bump into you, it's still the same. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that go a long way.
It's
You know,
appreciated.
That's how I know you real people. But how you been though?
Hold on. I don't mean to judge you, but your posture says that you ride horses. I don't
That
know
is
if you still
funny.
currently ride
I
horses.
don't.
crazy.
Is it giving? Do I need to?
I don't know.
stand
It
like
just
this?
once he said you rode horses, I'm like, she looked like she has to ride a horse.
That's so funny. I'm actually not bow leg, but I don't know what the up part, what's going on over there, but that's hilarious. No, I rode horses for just because we here for, let's see, maybe like 10, 11 years. I got a horse for my birthday actually
That's dope.
Hey.
when I was 11. That's what my mom, I think that's kind of one of the things she wanted me to do. And yeah, I rode them for about 10, 11 years.
Horses are huge.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
They have small ones too.
I'm cool. Don't
No,
say
they're
it.
not bad. You just kind of, I feel like with me, my experience with them was, it really goes a long way with you being confident, actually. When you show like fear with them, that's a big thing. Them feeling like they can't trust, like if they sense fear, right? Animals sense fear. So if you are giving off this energy of I can't trust you or I'm nervous, that's what they're gonna pick up, and they're gonna feel like it's a reason now for them to react in the same way.
They gonna shake you up off them.
Or they might try to, they're gonna figure it out, and they're prey animals versus predators, so they're already on guard. Like, what you trying to do? What you want with me? Why you
Want your
trying to get on my
attention.
back? Why you trying to touch me? Right. So, yeah, I just naturally, again, my mom saw it at a young age that I just had a confidence with them. So it was a fun run. I loved it. I did enjoy it. I did love it. I always would share that blessing of an experience with as many people as possible. I'm surprised you didn't actually go and see them because so many people have.
I don't know where they at, and I never knew that.
They were in Indiana.
That's crazy.
Right off of Salt
I used
Trail.
to stay back there. That's why my mindset went to that. I used to literally, before I went to South, I used to stay in South Village. And it was this big, it used to be this big ass hill, like going down to Indiana. That's why I used to see the horses at. Like, I lived out there when I was like 5. Then the horses me and my god brothers used to fuck with the horses at the gate. They used to try to bust through the thing. So that's where my man went. That's funny that you say that though.
Yeah, they
For
was
sure.
right over there, like 25 minutes away.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And
but-
we used to do this. We used to do this ride through the city.
Mhm.
Have you guys ever seen like the horses ride like on the lakefront or
Never.
Yeah, we used to do this thing called a high noon ride, and that we would take the horses and ride through, and people would like stop and be like, "Are these your horses? Do you got what is this?" Da 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 da. And we would say, yeah, they're ours. We own them. Like they're ours. We're not
Shout out
renting
to
them
your
out.
mama for introducing you to that lifestyle,
Yeah.
because, man, the animals we grow up with is cats and dogs.
Okay, you might have a fish. It might last
Fact,
3
and a
days.
bird.
And okay, lucky if you get a bird. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I had an experience growing up that I'm grateful for. But it did shift, which is why I'm here. Because I was an artist. So I did love animals. I did love nature. And that was a big part of my life growing up, horseback riding. But once I got to high school, when I got to 6th grade, I really realized how much I like music and singing and art and the performance arts.
Yeah, that's dope. I was definitely gonna ask that next. Weren't you like in band as well?
Yeah, I was in marching band for 2 separate years. It actually was, I think, sophomore year and senior year. I think it was 2 years out of the 4 because I was in show choir for a couple years, and that was probably my favorite highlight of high school, being in show choir. And that was only 2 years too. It was like freshman or sophomore and then senior year.
That's amazing how you can start something so young and it developed you into what you do today. But if you ain't paid close attention to detail, you've been into that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So how is starting those things so young, how is it mold who you are as an artist today?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well, I actually was introduced to music pretty much like 9-10 years old. So that was like grammar school.
Right.
And I remember that my 2 influences that made me realize that I was going to pursue music to whatever extent it'll take me was my eldest sister. She sang. I was obsessed with her. I loved her. And she would sing around, and I was like, oh, that's just so cool. I want to be able to do that. And then Beyonce. Those
Shout out B.
Those are the two things, people, situations, whatever, that I was like, oh, I think I really want to do this, because I heard Baby Boy. You remember Baby Boy? Baby Boy, you stay on my mind. Yeah. I heard that when I was in Vegas, but it's still attached to my sister because she lived in Vegas when she was in college. And we would visit her in the summer times when she was in college. And when that song was playing, I was like, oh, just something about it was just like, it just got a hold of me. And I was just like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is crazy. I love this. So.
How did you land on this unique spelling of your name?
Oh, okay. So fast forwarding to about maybe 3 years ago, I always knew I wanted to stay true to myself as an artist, even as a brand. And everybody calls me Ash. I was like, I'll just stick with Ash. But I was like, maybe I want to make it or spell it cool. So I was like, well, let me just try a bunch of different things. So first I was just doing ASH. Then I tried AASH, and I was like, nah, that's not cool. Then I ended up getting to AACH, and I realized that a lot of people don't use that name. I think it's like a city in like Europe or something. But I thought it was cool for this, and so
Google.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in it's like Ashen or something like that. But I just thought that was a cool way to spell it, and I've been sticking with it since then. I'm definitely in the process of actually getting it trademarked. So fingers crossed for that happening sooner than later, because I don't want nobody taking my name. Don't take my name. I'm gonna use this as proof that you cannot take my you can't have it.
Hey,
no.
It's stamped now.
Okay.
It's actually a city in Germany.
I was gonna say Germany, but I was like, I don't know. I'll just say Europe. Okay. Yeah. See, that was my process of like researching it. Like, I really like this. That's cool. But it's still Ash. I feel like I'm still Ash, even as a brand, as a business, as a product, as a person, as an artist, all together. It's not me feeling like I'm hiding behind something, hiding behind a name that's totally like the brown door, like red, purple, gray eye. Like, it's like, no, it's still Ash, but Ash is a business as well as an artist.
How do you bring all that together? You know what I'm saying? And because you a human before you all that, but how do you put all that on top of you? Because all this, I seen you from a distance doing your thing and stuff like that. But like, how do you just knowing, from just knowing you from yourself, how do you put that on top of you? If you get what I'm saying.
Well, more so use it to channel. That's how I keep them together.
Yeah.
I channel my actual experience for the art. So that's how I bring them together or keep it together. I use that experience as my talking points and perspective points, and as far as relating and expressing myself to relate with others.
Do you feel like that's a key thing? 'Cause you don't see much of like essence of that nowadays in music. Do you feel like that's a key thing for relation with other artists or relations with art nowadays for you?
Yes, I do. And I understand why a little bit. Some stuff, I believe it should be a balance. I believe some art is just made to just be art, right? There's no right or wrong with art. Art is art. I just believe it is a vehicle of expression. So again, it's no wrong or right way.
I agree.
But I do feel like for storytellers, so whether it be for movies or for music, or just storybooks, I do feel like it's important and it's very beneficial to use your perspective and your experiences and your thoughts to create or bring the stories that you want to life, because it doesn't all 100% have to be your experience, but it can be. Like I found out a couple years ago that I believe, and we could do another Google check,
Let's get it.
that I think it was either Confessions 1 or 2 was not Usher's story necessarily,
Jermaine
but
Dupri's.
yeah. And so I thought I just knew with my what were we in high school, whatever, self, that I'm like, dang, this man going through a lot. But it wasn't even necessarily all of his story, but it was still his experience. It was still his perspective of his close friend and him expressing that. So I definitely feel like that's a great way to benefit with your art, to do it that way. But you don't have to. You can just make a fun song. You can just make something that's just pretty or just nice. It doesn't have to have deep meaning all the time, but don't neglect using those real experiences for your art too.
I agree. We need experience. In your background with nature and stuff, that kind of, I'm sure that's a boost to bringing that type of stuff out.
Yes and no. I actually feel like I agree with you, but I almost wonder how I can use it. Because right now, I'm developing as an artist as we speak, and I just feel like every time I talk, I feel like I'm developing, but maybe it's a journey. Maybe you're always developing, and that's okay.
You are.
And so I got to look at it in a more positive light, and understanding that it's okay that everything is not sound or permanent. And I definitely feel like I would love to find a way to use that part of my story in my music. But I'm definitely just figuring out what's the brand, like what do I want to sell, what's my message for my art, my music, my look, even like all of those things. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a doozy. It's exhausting because it now becomes like it's fun, but it's still work. You know what I'm saying?
I was more so speaking with the intangibles, like little things like that you don't even know go a long way because you just probably do it every day. Show grace type shit. You know what I'm saying? Not the full. That's gonna take a while, And to be honest, that's not something you hear about. People talking about stuff like that a lot. So that's gonna take a while for you to get if you want to go that route. But the small little things like grace, respect, that shit, a lot of people don't got that. You will be surprised.
That is
You'll be
facts. Facts. Because you just got to remember, you are not perfect. There is something that if you could go back and change it, you would.
Big facts.
For like, if it really was that, we know we can't. So don't live in regret. Of course, everything happens for a reason. But if we all could have one chance, we would maybe consider changing or doing something a little bit differently.
Big facts.
So that helps with the grace factor and the respect factor, I think.
Okay, let's get into your first record. Let's play Denial. Explain that record to us.
Oh man, Denial is a heartbreak record.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I wrote it last year. It was actually the first song I wrote with a producer called Bodo. Shouts out to Bodo. And it just came natural. I believe he actually already had, I hope I'm remembering this correctly, he already had the hook written. And I was like, and he scrapped the song. I think it was like 2 years prior that he scrapped the song. And I heard it. He was just playing some beats before he like started making new beats. And he played that one. And I said, what is this? This is nice. You already started it. Da, 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 da. What's going on? What you thinking? And he was like, oh, I like it. I just don't know what to do with it. And he's like, how do you feel about it? And yada, yada, yada. And I wrote to that same song, I think the same night he sent it, or whenever he ended up sending it that same night, I wrote to it. And I don't know, it might have been the first song we recorded. So the first song I wrote with him and the first song we recorded, and that was last year. And yeah, long story short, it just shares how I feel like what the relationship needed was something as simple as love. But I named the song Denial because in reality, a good, healthy, productive relationship needs more than just the love.
I was gonna ask you too. Is love just simple?
Hell no.
And love's not even that simple.
Yeah, not
you
at
know what
all.
I'm saying?
Shit. Not at
So
all.
yeah, so that's the whole dynamic of that's what it's being about. But that reality versus fantasy.
For sure.
Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video.
Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. We checking back in with, I guess, Ash. Now, Ash, you say Denial.
Hey.
You say this was your first time getting a song on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I was listening. You had your whole chest in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
How other way could you do it?
Hey, you would be surprised. And I was really listening. That's a full length song. A lot of songs are cut times, and how do you come with a full length song nowadays, and what are your expectations? Because attention spans are short nowadays.
That is so true. I literally just read something. Shouts out to B again. I just literally read just a snippet of an article. I meant to say an article. And I think it's just the way that you present the art. So yeah, people do have short attention spans, but if you build the fan base or the sound that people want to hear, then they're going to listen. If it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, you'll cut it short to fit the trend of short music now, and people will want more. And
sure.
So I think it just depends on how you present it, how you arrange it. I definitely am team go with the trend. For the sake of that, side note, learning how to day trade. So
Day trade like stocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to.
For
You
sure
got to. So the number one rule we learn is trade with the trend. So I'm not against trends. So, it might be some shorter dance poppy songs, records, and then it'll be more full length records that I have a story to tell. So the right people are going to want to hear it. The right people are going to need to hear it.
I'm gonna ask you something about day trading once the interview is over, because I don't want it to take up all the airtime.
Because it will.
For sure.
Yeah, I forgot we was here for music, Lord.
Exactly, for sure.
No problem.
With you having such a strong voice, how long did it take you, I would say, to be confident in your voice?
I still am working on it. That's a part of the journey too. understanding that I don't have to be in a box. I can be open to different things, to different genres, to creating a sound, and having fun, remembering to have fun with it, so I can be confident. Once it becomes other things, then you lose. For me, I lose confidence, and that's really helped me, remembering to have fun and not putting myself in a box. So right now, I feel like I'm in a mixture of pursuing dance, pop, like music genre, that sound, creating the sound in that space, but also I like indie rock. And I feel like this is a great example, Denial, of a more indie rock kind of vibe, more so than like a dance, pop, up tempo, short, like to the point, not really, you're not really listening to the lyrics. So I like those two spaces. And so I'm building and seeing if I can mesh them well or just creating both simultaneously.
Where does the now you can finish.
Oh no, that's good.
I was gonna ask, where does the inspiration of genre blending comes from?
Creating, just creating, liking things and not wanting to put myself in a box, and seeing it be done very well. Seeing, for example, how R&B is flipped and flopped all over the place into different sub genres, but it's also R&B, alternative R&B. People find great ways to mix it. I think that examples of that is SZA with the R&B and rock, and Willow. I think Halle Bailey is doing a great job with this pop, indie rock, soulful sound. But then we also have a Tyla that's out with the Afro beats and pop and R&B mix up. She sounds like, I feel like, to me, she sounds like a mixture of like Ariana Grande and Aaliyah, but Afro beat. So it's like everybody is being open to blending and creating the things that they probably enjoy. You can tell it sounds so good that I wouldn't be surprised if they actually enjoy making it, because that would make sense. So yeah, I think so. I think that would be it.
How do you balance experimenting with sounds, learning day trading, real life? How do you balance all these things?
I cry sometimes and release frustration out on some real, not trying to like be dark and like left, but just allowing myself to not feel like it has to be all right now. That is my biggest thing. Like, reminding myself, you don't have to be this $1 million trader and this superstar, everything right at this second. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen, and I'll understand it later why it did. And it's like I said, if I get frustrated, allow myself to be frustrated. And I also do my best to surround myself around people that actually are doing it. You know, I know a few artists, which is what got me into day trading, because it was artists that were doing it, and they were allowing themselves to put the art first with to put their passion first with the art, because they weren't so obsessed with making money from it, because it's not a place to make music. It's not a place to make money, even though you can make money from music, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I follow you.
And I saw them. I was like, oh, I feel like this is a golden ticket way to, like, not only I can stay focused on the passion first, and when everything else comes from it, I can be way more patient and way more respectful of that process, while still being able to pay my bills, and maybe I can do it on a way more flexible schedule.
Facts.
You know, versus working full-time, overtime, and still trying to go to the studio. Like, now, a normal schedule for me is, which I'm not complaining about it, because once I am full-time artist, it'll be the same level of work ethic, but it'll be maybe more things that I want to do for my art, but it'll nonetheless still be, you get up, check the charts at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, I've been to the studio from maybe like a 9 to 12, 9 to 1, and then right after that, head to work from 2:30 to 11:30. So I'm like, I'm like,
2:30 to 11:30 at night. Damn, I do not miss that second shift.
Yeah, that's
It's the second shift for me.
That shit'll take your whole day up. You'll miss
the
something.
worst
Man.
shift ever. But it seemed like it worked for you with everything you got going on.
It is. I'm wondering if it's still working though. I'm actually like, God, universe, let me know if it's time for a shift, and I will be open to it because, yes, definitely is seeming like it's not working anymore.
What make it seem like that though?
Man,
Is it because of your
Shit.
passion trying to
2 to
overgrow
11.
it?
That's what it is.
Hey, oh my soul.
that'll do it.
That 3 to
That'll
11
do
used
it.
to hurt. Boy, they used to shut everything down.
Man,
But yeah,
I ain't do nothing.
I love I love the whole get out here on faith thing, but I will never, ever, ever encourage, especially in this climate. It's so damn hard to get a job. I would never encourage nobody to leave a job. But if you got to jump out on faith, if it's looking amazing, to get out there,
If it's looking
go
like
on
God
ahead.
came himself,
yeah, go on do
and
it.
it was like boop boop boop
But,
boop.
but don't do it when you second guessing, because you're going to get out here, you're going to be like, damn, I missed that little check, I
It's
missed
gonna
that.
happen
Yeah,
how you said though. Like
Exactly.
the universe gonna present some shit. You just gotta
And it's gonna be like
understand
you gotta like
exactly.
you
gotta
got like
understand it.
this is what you've been waiting for. You almost know it more. I was told I won't have to question it.
Yeah, for sure.
But my boss, shouts out to my boss.
Hey,
I got her.
your boss know what she know.
Oh,
You got a young
she
boss?
a real one.
Is she like a millennial?
Yeah, I think in 40s.
Okay, I would say them millennial bosses kind of get it more.
They kind of get it
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
more.
For real.
So, like I said, just focusing. Also, I'll piggyback to that question. Focusing on what I can control. All the rest of it, give it to what you believe in, and keep it moving, and be grateful. That's literally my screen saver, because it was just that like serious where I needed to like see it tangible, remind me every single day, multiple times a day. Thank you. Yeah, I'm struggling with finances, but are my bills paid? Thank you. Okay, So
There go them tangibles I spoke about again. I'm telling you, you got them. A lot of people don't got them. They erect themselves because they not really paying attention. But that being grateful for where you are now, that shit take you so far, because you would jump whole ship, because you know what I'm saying, that 2 to 11. You know what I'm saying? Well, I promise I had a job.
Yeah.
I had a job at Bear Paint, the BEHR Paint. I was in that bitch mixing paint from 3 to 11. Didn't go back the next day. I was cool. I was cool. I was like, no, but that's because at that time I wasn't really here, and it wasn't a bad job. But them little tangibles, I could have pulled the tangible of knowing that I am a hard worker,
Yes.
but I ain't want to do it.
Yeah.
So you can pull your tangibles quick, but they do keep you steady though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, steady and is giving steady.
Yeah, it'll happen though. It's a beautiful thing. But you spoke on the full length project. You don't have one yet, right?
I don't have so I've been pursuing music professionally, seriously, however way we want to look at it. This is year 4 now, and I still do not have a project. I still do not have an EP. That was the plan for last year, and again, being able to pivot, being open, and just seeing where I'm at. Thank you. Just seeing where I'm at and being okay with what I can control and what I can make happen. So I can have the dreams and I can have the whatever to want to make it happen. But if that's not where I'm supposed to be right at the moment, then that's okay. Mm-hmm. And so my goal right now, I should say, is to continue to build my catalog of music and records so I can start working on my first project, EP, maybe like a 3 to 5 joint.
You're doing it right. I think Denial, the track you got, Denial, I feel like that's a restart track for you in a way. It's like, it remind me of your first track, like what's how the saying go, like this the first day of the rest of your life type track.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing though.
Wow.
I feel a big artist jump. I know you took your time with it. You probably take your time with everything, but there's something about Denial.
Interesting.
It's a once again, that tangible. You put your chest, that's a tangible. That's one of those things that the game been missing type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy.
R&B. I'm for real
man.
shit. I be looking for little shit in R&B. Like I rock with the genre blended, but that whole sometimes you don't feel certain passions. You know,
Yeah.
you feel that it be a lot of toxic shit going on. Like you say, this a heartbreak shit. Everybody show heartbreak different. You know,
Yeah.
you an artist. You got the right avenue for it. So
Yeah.
go and express it.
Agreed. That's one thing I just, to piggyback off of that, like even with the record, I just know that like it is, everybody does have their right to how they want to express themselves. So this is no judgment or anything, but for myself, I definitely feel like it's I'm always wanting to go a route of like a high road route.
sure.
It could be because of my double Virgo. So it's always like
Oh damn, you a Virgo?
double Virgo. It's
I
like
don't know
more
what that
earth
means.
on
Yeah.
top of more earth.
I was lost.
The my rising and my
Oh shit. Okay.
and my sun.
Okay.
So I'm always
still
like,
learning with that. The rising.
it's okay. Definitely just always trying to be the best version of myself, and so that's what my music is gonna be about as well. So it's like man, just say you got your heart broken and you feel like you wanted this and this would be enough, and the reality was the naivety of it all was that wasn't enough. So it's like you gotta be honest about it, but you gotta get it out there. And like you said, I never thought about it in that way. That's a great way to think about it. That restart or that start of the beginning of the end of the begin. What did you just say?
It's the first day of the rest of your life.
Yes, that is a great positive way to look at it, and I definitely can see that. Can see that with that. So thank you for that.
For sure, for sure.
All right, let me ask you my favorite question.
Oh man.
My favorite one.
Oh man. I might give you my favorite answer.
If you
We'll
can go
see.
back and give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
I would tell young me to trust myself a lot more. I feel like that's the first thing. Trust myself a lot more. For sure. You got to trust yourself. You got discernment. You have a good heart. You have a good head. But you don't have to, let that be, you don't have to, how do I say that? You don't have to prove that, trust it. Trust that it'll attract the right people, the right opportunities, it'll get you to the places where you need to be. So just trusting in that.
All right, before we get out of here, let the people know how they can get in tune with you, stay in tune with you, find everything you got going on.
Okay, yes, you can follow me on all platforms at Music by Aach. That is AACH, Music by Aach. I have music on all streaming platforms. Denial is my most recent record. So thank you guys so much for being the first radio to play that. Last year I said this would be that one and another one, About Time. I said will be on your radios. I think I said like it'll be on a radio station near you. And so just the next year is so early too. It's already on its first radio. So I'm so happy that it was here with you guys. That is very special. And it is on all streaming platforms and it is on iLLANOiZE Radio. So woo woo.
But we stream music 24/7.
Period.
You might be late night riding, hit Denial again.
Yes.
Call our line, request Denial. We
2 a.m.
for sure.
That's how it be. I
Okay.
listen to the radio station all the time, and I'll be amazed at the shit I hear at 2 a.m.
For sure.
Why you not sleep, bro? But
Right.
Let me put
Who
this
is
in a group
playing
chat.
it at 2:00?
Let me put this in a group chat. You feel
Oh
me?
my
For sure
goodness.
Reinforce that we playing that shit up here.
That
For
is
sure.
funny.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people.
Let's get it, y'all. Shout out our guest Aach for sliding through Ill Sound Radio. You made me feel special saying we the first radio station. We in the Hall of Fame. You know what
Period.
I'm saying? Hall of Fame. Put our jerseys in the rafters.
Okay.
But now for real, like you had spoke on live. I see you on IG Live. You spoke on we known each other for 13 years. And
It's crazy.
it wasn't no you ain't have to beat down my damn door to get up here.
Show didn't.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to overplay your part to get up here. You ain't have to fake kick it to
Thank
get up
you.
here. And that's all we be saying for artists. I ain't
That's
saying
it.
I ain't saying, work how you work, but genuine connections do take you far, and I ain't even, we could have been, you would have probably known I do radio and I would have known you did music, but this shit never had to happen and we would have still been cool people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm telling you.
For real. But one thing I do love, me personally, about life, I love growth. I love people doing what they want to do unapologetically. You know what I'm saying? And I always kind of knew you as like, I wouldn't say you fully free spirited, you know, you kind of give me that vibe, but maybe not. But I always knew you you gonna take a chance at what you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You weren't scared to go against the grain. It'll be a popular opinion. If you be like, well, I don't give a fuck, then you'll go the whole other way to some shit. You're gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way, and I just hope as you continue to find your community and continue to grow in your community as an artist, people continue to show love and accept who you are, because you are something. You are an addition to something. You're not nothing that'll hold nobody back. You pushing shit forward.
I know
and make sure the energy reciprocated, because like I say, it's a lot of people who don't have those small little things.
Yeah.
And that can throw the ship off, because just because when they were supposed to give thanks, they didn't.
Yep.
When they were supposed to show love, they didn't. Then they wonder why shit not getting off the ground for me, because you were supposed to show homie love and you ain't show him no love. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
it's
work.
real.
You supposed to
real.
give thanks to the ones who did it before you. You ain't give no thanks. So them small little things take you a long way. So just keep building. I know you say you still developing sound, you figuring out your voice, but that's gonna come.
Yeah.
Don't really wreck yourself worrying about that. The small tangibles. You do, and you got them, like, for real. So stay doing you, and we looking forward to it for sure.
Oh, I'm excited too.
Doors are always open. Send some more music through all
yes,
that. All
I
that.
will.
For sure. But make sure y'all get in tune with Aach. Denial is out now. You can find it all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all get in tune with her. Follow on IG. Stay in tune. What's next? Maybe we get a full project. Who knows?
Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank you. But follow Ill Sound Radio. Everybody, ILLSOUND Radio. Follow Groove Nuke, GROOVNUKE. Submit music to iLLANOiZE Radio by downloading the app. We stream your music 24/7. All that good stuff. And Jay, what you got to say to him?
Salute to you. I just love your spirit. I love your spirit. You seem very aware of who you are. Like, you sit and you self-reflect.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people understand the power in self-reflecting. Like Jimmy said, that's an easy way to self-destruct by, holding everything in. And you also said sometimes you just cry.
Okay.
I personally don't think there's nothing wrong with crying. You know what I'm saying? As long as you understand what you're learning from your tears, let that shit out, because it got to come out in some type of way. And most people let it out in a negative way, and they lash out and they attack people. Yeah. So, man, just keep that same spirit about yourself. Keep singing with your heart out. I don't know if you caught yourself, but you kind of sung on the mic a little bit. And I was like, damn, she got like a real powerful voice. You know what I'm saying? So just keep grinding, keep growing. Never stop, you feel me? Stay connected to my boy Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Because he made this happen. I always tell Jimmy when he bring people up here, he like 10 for 10. At this point, I don't even know. He got to be like 100 for 100.
Yeah, Aach cool.
He already
people,
said
so.
Invite some more artists, so y'all finna have at least 3 or 4 of them Johns
for
next couple months.
We appreciate it.
For sure.
As far as the sound you make, I feel like get them people a project. It don't even have to be a whole project. It'd be 4-song EP, 5-song EP. But get a people something to hold on to, something to get excited around, and just watch your career flourish.
Yeah,
real talk.
That is. I don't disagree even a little bit. I'm like, let me just get the dang on music.
Just do it like Nike said.
Okay,
Facts,
get the music,
man.
make it happen.
We got 2 records we gonna play on the way out: "Waiting for You" and "Shield Me 2.0."
Okay, for the throwbacks.
You wanna speak on those records before we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick. Shield Me 2.0 is a dance remix. So I enjoy EDM music, dance music, all of it. Okay. So for my first record, Shield Me, which was more of a ballad, I decided to do a remix to it because I wanted to push that song more.
You know what's crazy? I want to say this. I wanted to bring that. Something about you gave me a ballad vibe. I'm glad you brought it up. So that's dope. I want to check this out.
Yeah. So but I think if this is the 2.0, then this will be the dance.
For sure.
This will be the dance version. and then you guys can just check it out. And if you like it, then you can play it on the radio.
Send this shit to Jersey. They'll tear this mug up. Send this to Jersey.
Man,
Send it to Jersey.
come on. Them or somebody overseas, somebody
sure.
do something. You know they love dance music.
Shit, even
too.
in Chicago, shit, you never know. So you never know.
You never know. And then Waiting for You was a more of a, I won't say a love song, but more in that realm of a love song. Just talking about my experience with a relationship that actually was long distance. Yeah. Mm-hmm.